night is all about.
Here we go. And see, well, it's time to make that change.
Apostle, this is
People of
this
the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or
the
you won't
beauty
be
of a
proud.
baby.
All we need is celebrate love. Sent by one from heaven above.
It's like we keep giving message after message. We're doing vision, and it's like somebody has the attention of our children more than us. You know, and it's hurting.
Praise the Lord, beloved. We thank you for you joining us with the Love Your Neighbor Show. This is Apostle Natha, your host, and we are here at Long's Auto Place. Long's Auto Place is a place where you can buy cars, but more so and more importantly, a business that's in the community that's showing the love to the community, which is our whole purpose of being on this show, to love your neighbor. And our worldwide Love Your Neighbor prayer campaign. And so we want to talk to one of the business owners here and allow him to introduce himself and to share with you his heart concerning our community and what Long's is doing to be a blessing to the community. So Justin, how long have Long's been in business?
We have been in business since 1981. We've actually been on the exact same location, north end of St. Paul, since 1981 too, even though we've had dealerships across St. Paul since the 70s. We like to be pretty ingrained in the community, hence here with Apostle. So we love this area. We do a lot of business even with the north end community of Minneapolis, where your church is at. So figured we're glad that Apostle reached out, as your values also align with our values. So since 1981.
And what has been one of the, you would say, as far as the family business, a vision of purpose? We know selling cars is good and wonderful, but any unique idea, thought from the business as far as what you all really have in heart to reach your community?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said before, we like to be as heavily involved in the community as possible, whether that's funding sports teams around here, even selling cars, which that's our main goal here, to keep the roof over our heads, but most importantly, get good cars into the community's hands. That means fully inspected. We want to empower the people around here with, less financial worry as well, if that's the right way of saying it. But we like to put quality in people's hands. Who better than the local community?
Who better than the local community?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And now, speaking of the local community, we are doing rallies. I'm too young to die. I got a Destiny rallies. And we just did our second one on the 1st of August, where we've had different businesses that have come alongside of us, and Long's is one of them that's come alongside to say that we want to show our love into the community. We want to be a help to support the rally so that it can really reach those families of those 5 children. We have Davion, which is 10. We have Trinity, which was 9. We have Anaya, which was 6. We have Kamarion, 3. We have another 3-year-old. That name has not been given to us yet. But we have those 5 children in the last 2 months that have been shot. Not on purpose. These have been accidents. These have been stray bullets. But the point is that these are our children. These are our babies. And when we talk with Longs, they were feeling the pain that we were feeling. So Justin, you want to share with us how that impacted you all to be willing to say, let's come alongside and be a support to those families as well as the community?
Yeah, absolutely. So Apostle actually approached us, told us the kids' stories, and of course, us in the North End community, in St. Paul and Minneapolis in general, we're dealing with way too much gun violence. Doesn't matter where you're at, a little gun violence is way too much gun violence. Doesn't matter if it's on purpose or not on purpose. So we thought our ideals aligned very well. So we thought, hoping to contribute as much as we can. but it's a travesty. It's ridiculous what's going on, especially for those 5 kids. They died too soon. And as you can see, we need to leave out gun violence everywhere. So couldn't agree more.
But we're gonna say it was only 2 that passed that went to be with the Lord. That was Anaya and Trinity. The Davion is doing better after surgery. Kamarion is out of the hospital, and we're still waiting to hear news about our other 3-year-old. But the violence, we said people violence. The guns ain't doing it, it's the people that's doing it. People violence. You violent, she's violent, he's violent. And we want to change that. So we have a campaign we call Worldwide Love Your Neighbor prayer campaign. We can get love. You can see our t-shirt. We're going to bring it up closer. Love is leaving out violence everywhere. In our homes, in our neighborhoods, in our schools, in our businesses, in our streets, in our government. Love is leaving out violence everywhere. And we want to thank Justin, we want to thank Long's Auto Place for being such a support to those families, to the community, and continue to stand as a business in the community. Now, what we want to know as one last thought is, what would you say is your love dare to the community? What do you dare the community to do to show love?
Dare you to love your neighbor. I think it says it in the Bible as well. I think it's pretty applicable here. And he said it best. It's not gun violence, it's people violence. I know guns might have been involved, but it all starts with us. It all starts with our neighbor. And we need to help each other out, get each other on the right track, and go from there.
And you heard it from Justin. He gave you a love dare. He said, love your neighbor. Now, who is your neighbor? Is it just the person living next door, or upstairs, or downstairs from you? Those are your neighbors, but also that person that you run across in the grocery store. You don't even know him. Jesus gave a story. He said, be like the Good Samaritan, who when he saw the man beat down by robbers, he went and helped him. Now, the priest and the Levite, both of them crossed on the other side. In other words, they said, it ain't worth the challenge. It ain't worth the situation that I may get myself into, so I'm going to keep on going. I see the violence, but I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm going to just do my thing. Well, Jesus said the Good Samaritan stopped doing what he was doing to see about that hurting man. And there's many of you out there that are doing that, but we need many more. We need many more to see about your neighbor, to see about the children, to see about what's happening in your community, and then come out and do what you can do to spread this message and spread the acts of love. L-O-V-E, leaving out violence everywhere. We want to thank you for you joining us with the Love Your Neighbor show. Apostle Natha, thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
For allowing us to share and sharing with us your heart and the business here in the community, Long's Auto Place. We want to ask you to continue to pray and show love and do what Justin said with that love there. Love your neighbor. God bless you.
Love is for giving in relationships. Love is for giving.